Today we're going to be working on Leetcode question number 51, n queens problem. N queens puzzle is a problem of placing n queens on an n cross n chess board such that no two queens attack each other. So given an integer n, return all the distinct solutions to the n queens puzzle. You may return the answer in any order. And basically the way we wanna representing it is like the Q is gonna represent the queen and the dot is gonna be representing that it is not a queen. Okay, and in this situation where n is equal to, in this example where the n is equal to 4, this is the solution. Like they can have two multiple answers. There exist two distinct solutions, so we can return any one of them. The way we're gonna be doing it is gonna be the backtracking, and so initially we're gonna be doing the board as an empty board, and then we're gonna call our result is gonna be an empty array, and we're gonna have a helper function where we're gonna be sending our result array, our n, which is given to us, the board, and the current row. And in the end, once we are done with that helper function, we're going to be returning the result. So the helper function is going to taking the result which we need to fill in, then n, the number of rows and columns in the board itself, and the r, which is the current row. Our base case is that when the r becomes equal to n, that means we found a solution and we need to put it into the res array. We're gonna be pushing, we're gonna be taking the board map, and then we're gonna be mapping it with c dot repeat. So basically, for every element, what we are doing is like we're taking dot and then repeating it with c, like c times, and then we're gonna be adding q and then repeating it with n minus c minus 1 time, and then we will return it. If it is not the solution, then we're gonna go through c equals to 0 to c is less than n and c plus plus. So we have to traverse through the c0 to less than n. What we have to check every single time by putting a queen over there is that whether we are still like if it is a valid board. So in order to check the validity, we're gonna be saying that board dot sum, if it is not true, where the BC is the column and the BR is the current row, we wanna make sure that no coin is hitting each other. So one thing is that the BC is equal to the column, then we're messed up, or the BC is equal to column plus row minus BR, or the current column minus the C minus R plus BR. This is basically saying it is not hitting, there are no two coins on the same row, column, or in the diagonal place. So if that is the case, we can actually push that index to the board, and then the helper function is gonna be called by incrementing the number of rows, and then we're going to be removing it to try out all the different scenarios. So this is the typical example of backtracking. We are trying different rows, and then we have to remove that too. So we have a bug here. Q is not defined. Yeah, the Q needs to be a character. Okay, let's see if it worked for all the other test cases. Yes, and it did.